Recording is on.
Oh.
Good evening. Welcome to Mindful Mountain Open. You will see the timer going when the meeting begins, but then recording happens when we press record. So, welcome. This evening we'll do some QiGong again. We introduced it once. I'd like to practice it again. So if you have the space to stand, QiGong is a practice of learning to feel and recognize and direct the qi, or the life force, or the energy that everything is made of and surrounds us all. Learning to tap in, tune in, feel, and use that energy. So imagine your feet being rooted to the earth. No shoes is good. And a nice balanced stance, not too wide, but not together. You want a little space between your feet so you feel balanced. Soft knees. And some deep belly breaths. A QiGong breath is expansive in the belly as you inhale. And as you exhale, the belly contracts. So as we just take a few breaths, imagine being grounded. And a nice visual, imaginary way to visualize that is to imagine that your feet have roots, like tree roots, and they're going down into the earth. And you're rooted. Belly expands, belly contracts. Our QiGong ready stance has space under the armpits, so your rounded arms a little bit. Hands are pointed down, fingers are open, but soft. This is a ready stance. And then we begin building some qi by shifting our weight from the balls of the feet back to the heels. Feet are staying on the ground. We're just shifting our weight. I sort of naturally combine my weight shifting with my breath. And then we begin the spiral method. And this is some gentle circles with our arms, so that our fingertips, imagine, align to the earth, and we're going to draw a spiral. So our arms are circling towards our body. Yeah. And you're imagining a spiral, that if your fingertips were tracing into the sand, they would leave a spiral pattern. And already with such subtle, slow, gentle movement, I am feeling some muscles I don't normally use engaged, so that this is very active, energetic practice. And with QiGong, less is more. So your movements are slow and small. spirals. And you can come to a centered standing without shifting your weight. Let's continue the spiral method with our fingertips. And then we're going to slowly raise our arms in front of our belly, in front of our core. Keep that space under your armpits, round. And this is called empty force, so that the empty space in this circle of our arms is actually filled with force, with energy. And we're going to use our breath to expand it. As our belly expands with our inhalation, our circle widens. And as we contract and exhale, the circle closes. So let's practice this breath of expanding, contracting. And you may begin to feel resistance in the air, as if the air around your hands is almost fluid, like you're moving through water. You're feeling the energy that is the air. You may notice like an elastic band between your fingertips, attracting and repelling like a magnet. As we next inhale and expand, let your arms come back out wide and down. Let's return to the spiral method. Circles toward your body, fingertips drawing a spiral. And our ready stance of some weight shift. This is how we primarily build the chi. And we come to stillness. Release your arms. The arms may feel heavy. And for women, place your left hand right on your navel, right hand over it. Men are opposite, right hand on the navel. And we're just going to do a few small circles clockwise. This sort of internalizes that chi we built up. There we are. Ready stance, spiral method, and empty force we've practiced. I'm going to come to seated. Okay. So QiGong is not necessarily a mindfulness practice, but it is very mindful. And the more mindfulness you bring to the practice, the more effective it will be. The greater energy you will build and feel. Mindfulness is a paying attention in a particular way to what is happening in the present moment. It's a state of being. It does require sort of a deliberate shift into that particular way of paying attention, but it's less a doing of a thing than it is a being away. So it's more being than it is doing, being mindful. So now we'll shift into meditation, simple meditation, which is centered in stillness. And so practicing meditation is a deliberate doing of a thing. It is a way of doing. So mindfulness and meditation are fundamentally different, but absolutely enhance the other. Practicing one will enhance the other. So we'll begin our practice with our 3 chimes, listening for the cessation of the sound. Chimes have a nice resonant quality that you can almost hear the vibration of the sound. So that's what we're listening for. 3 times, and then let the third one sort of take your focus inside. A couple of deep breaths focuses our attention at the top of the head. It can help to mentally visualize a tiny miniature version of your body sitting on top of the head here. And you are that. You are literally sitting on top of your head. In the onlooker's seat. Choose your mantra coordinated with breath. Inhale, think, I am. Exhale, at ease, or relaxed, or the light, or whatever you like. Let's stick with one mantra. I am at ease. Let's meditate. Thoughts come up and pass right by. I stay centered. Go back to mantra. am at ease. Back to center. Mantra with breath. imagine that you have a bird's eye view from the mountaintop down on your body, down on your thoughts and feelings. That you have a position of detachment and non-judgment that brings peace with awareness. And you can take a step away from the turmoil and the stress. You can remove your attention from worldly desires, if just for a few minutes. And there's no secret to it, you just do it. You focus, concentrate, and be quiet. And visualizing which version of yourself can help. Mantra helps. Using a mala with your mantra helps. But none of those are necessary. Remember that attitude of passivity, some sense of letting yourself be quiet, letting yourself be at ease, inviting quietude and peace. The world will be there when you come back. I am at ease. And we'll begin to come out of meditation. Please take a moment and express gratitude in your own way to yourself. I often just mentally bow to my own image. And our attention comes from the top of the head back down between the eyes. We're very deliberately putting attention back into the physical form. So you feel grounded and at home. Gently stretch, rub your eyes a little bit. And I will read you a poem. I mentioned in my beginning class a curiosity about the stuff of science that I don't understand, but that I think is really cool. This is a poem written in 1955 by a physicist, Richard Feynman. I believe, 55. And it's called A Universe of Atoms, an Atom in the Universe. I stand at the seashore, alone, and start to think. There are the rushing waves, mountains of molecules, each stupidly minding its own business, trillions apart, yet forming white surf in unison. Ages on ages, before any eyes could see, year after year, thunderously pounding the shore, as now. For whom? For what? On a dead planet with no life to entertain. Never at rest, tortured by energy, wasted prodigiously by the sun, poured into space. A might makes the sea roar. Deep in the sea, all molecules repeat the patterns of one another till complex new ones are formed. They make others like themselves and a new dance starts. Growing in size and complexity, living things, masses of atoms, DNA, protein, dancing a pattern ever more intricate. Out of the cradle, onto dry land, here it is, standing. Atoms with consciousness, matter with curiosity. Stands at the sea, wonders at wondering. I, a universe of atoms, an atom in the universe. Richard Feynman, thank you. I think the sciences are a wonderful expression of curiosity, and the sort of curiosity that drives a burn to know, and it's that drive to know that is the sort of desire required to know yourself. That really what is sought to be known is the self, the larger self. And that powerful force of looking without, as Feynman realized, is looking within, that every atom is the universe. I love that. Love that. Thank you all for joining. See you next time. Good night.